News in 5.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes.
World News in 5.
Here on Radyo Pilipinas Worldwide.
This is World News in 5 here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service. The International Monetary Fund or IMF Executive Board has approved a $175 million loan for Malawi to support the country's commitment to restore macroeconomic stability and build a foundation for inclusive and sustainable growth. In a statement, the IMF said the East African country has struggled to sustain growth for decades despite large inflows of official development assistance. It also noted that in the past 3 years, Malawi has been experiencing stagnating growth and widening macroeconomic imbalances due to unsustainable debt and the effects of multiple shocks, including an outbreak of cholera and Cyclone Freddy this year. With Malawi's unwavering commitment to the staff-monitored program with executive board involvement and established track record for an extended credit financing arrangement with the IMF, it said the board approved a 48-month arrangement for Malawi with access of 95% of quota. The international lender said the loan is equivalent to about $175 million with an immediate disbursement of about $35 million. The loan follows a staff-level agreement of Malawian authorities with the fund in September in order to access a 4-year extended credit facility. In a phone interview with the news agency Reuters, Malawi's Finance Minister Simplex Chitiola Banda said the IMF's decision will serve as a big breather for their country's economy as it expects to pave the way for the resumption of budgetary support from Malawi's traditional donors and would ease the country's foreign currency supplies.
World News in 5.
Here on Radyo Pilipinas Worldwide.
In our news overseas, the Vatican has confirmed a ban on Catholics becoming a member of Freemasonry, a centuries-old secretive society that the Catholic Church has long viewed with hostility. In a letter published by the Vatican's Dicastery of the Doctrine of the Faith and signed by Pope Francis, it said that active membership in Freemasonry by a member of the Catholic faithful is prohibited due to the irreconcilability between Catholic doctrine and Freemasonry. The Vatican's doctrinal office said that those who are formally and knowingly enrolled in Masonic lodges and have embraced Masonic principles fall under the provisions of the Declaration on Masonic Associations of 1983. In the said declaration, Catholics who enroll in Masonic associations are in a state of grave sin and may not receive Holy Communion. The letter was in response to a bishop from the Philippines who asked for suggestions regarding how to respond to the continuous rise in the number of Catholics enrolled in Freemasonry in the country. The office added that it issued the letter to address a belief from a large number of Masonic sympathizers and associates in the Philippines who are personally convinced that there is no opposition between membership in the Catholic Church and in Masonic lodges.
World News in 5.
Here on Radyo Pilipinas Worldwide.
For Philippine Embassy and Consular News, Philippine Ambassador to Jordan Wilfredo Santos met with Jordan's Minister of Culture Haifa Najjar on Wednesday to discuss the two countries' promotion of cultural cooperation and understanding. During the meeting, Ambassador Santos highlighted the role of the Philippine Embassy in advancing the country's interests while promoting Filipino talent, creativity, and friendship. He further expressed interest in collaborating with the Ministry of Culture to advance cultural cooperation and understanding between the two countries. Minister Najjar in turn acknowledged the contribution of the Filipino community in Jordan to the diverse cultural environment in the kingdom through their service and participation in the local community. Both sides agreed to explore potential ways forward, including a pending proposal for a sister city agreement. The meeting ended with a book donation by Ambassador Santos, which included a collection of Filipiniana books showcasing the various cultural traditions of the Philippines. It also included Everyday Culture Books, Volume 1 to 4, and the Muslim Mindanao Cuisine and Culture. Everyday Culture is a series of books published by the National Commission for Culture and the Arts, featuring different schools for living traditions of various cultural communities in the Philippines. The Muslim Mindanao Cuisine and Culture, on the other hand, was published by the Philippine Embassy in Jordan, which showcases the proud heritage of Muslim Mindanao, particularly the cuisine, culture, and traditions of some of the main Muslim tribes of the region, which are the Maguindanao, the Maranao, and the Tausug.
World News in 5.
Here on Radyo Pilipinas Worldwide.
In our news, the Philippines emphasized the crucial role of information access in upholding human rights and achieving the 2030 Agenda, welcoming the recognition of the International Day of Universal Access to Information. During the UNESCO conference, Assistant Secretary Michael Andre Del Rosario of the Presidential Communications Office underscored the agency's ongoing commitment to the Freedom of Information Project Management Office. The commitment involves fostering transparent governance in a robust cognitive environment for Filipinos through initiatives such as the Media Information and Literacy or MIL campaign, with anticipation of empowering individuals with knowledge and platforms for active participation in decision-making processes and equipping citizens with tools to make them more aware of and resilient to misinformation, disinformation, and malign influence.
The Philippines recalls the pivotal role of access to information in upholding human rights and in realizing the 2030 Agenda. In this regard, we welcome with appreciation the declaration made by Tashkent on the International Day for Universal Access to Information. The declaration will institutionalize our work in bringing about an impactful and responsive universal access to information. We wish to emphasize the ongoing commitments of our Presidential Communications Office through the Freedom of Information Project Management Office. PCO leads the implementation of our Executive Order No. 2 series of 2016, ensuring citizens' access to accurate information, crucial for a thriving democracy. Through various initiatives and programs, including a just-launched media and information literacy campaign, the PCO has been working to establish a culture of transparency within the government and a robust cognitive environment for our citizens. It has developed mechanisms for citizens to request information from government agencies, streamlining the process and making it more accessible. 213,181 public requests for information have been facilitated to date by 590 local and national agencies in the Philippines. With this, we look forward to the continued empowerment of individuals with knowledge and provision of platforms to enable them to participate actively in key decision-making processes.
Presidential Communications Office Assistant Secretary Michael Andre Del Rosario.
World News in 5.
Here on Radyo Pilipinas Worldwide.
You just heard World News in 5 here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service. This is Win Peñano. Good day.
World News in 5.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes.
World News in 5.
Here on Radyo Pilipinas Worldwide.